What's happening, people? I hope you're all well. So in this video I'm going to talk about what to do if a woman dumps you, and it's quite simple. If a woman dumps you, you need to back off 1000%. Extreme no contact, no begging. I've done it in the past, you've done it in the past, we've all done it in the past, and we all have the t-shirt. It doesn't work. The begging doesn't work, and it makes you feel, it doesn't feel good, does it? So backing off 1000%, extreme no contact, which means no liking posts, no watching stories, no texting on birthdays, no contact, like no contact. And the fact of the matter is, you're maintaining your level of self-respect. It's not about being childish, it's about maintaining a level of self-respect, because at the end of the day, if she's dumping you, she's pretty much saying, I know you, I know who you are, I know what you're about, no thank you. That's pretty much what she's saying. And you, as a human being, as a man, you have value. So you need to know that you have value, know your value. And if someone doesn't want you, yeah, it's a shame. Like, it's a shame. We're all human, you can be upset about it, but at the end of the day, like, you need to know your worth. And if someone doesn't want it, then cool, no problem, you'll be doing your thing. And if someone doesn't appreciate you, why would you want them back? So I would just say, just back off, let them experience life without you. Because sometimes, and I love women, but women sometimes make like on the spot, not on the spot, because if a woman dumps you, truth be told, she's been thinking about it for a while, most likely. But sometimes women make emotional decisions, because emotions are a woman's compass. So sometimes women will make emotional decisions and then they will come back and regret it. But you need to allow her to regret it. And the way you allow her to regret it is by completely disappearing from her life, because you're not allowing her to experience life without you if you're still in the picture, messaging her, texting her, calling her, begging her. If you're doing all of these things, you're not allowing her to see what life is like without you, which is actually what she's asking you to do. So you need to back off, radio silence, radio silence with regards to talking to her. No contact, no talking to her at all, apart from the absolute necessities. And necessities could include, I don't know, say you used to live together, she's moved out and she's got some stuff that you found, and and she asked for it. You can send a quick, you can say, you don't even, to be honest, even then you don't need to talk to her. You can just like send it. You can send it in the post. Or if you have kids, then you will need to talk. So what you would do in that instance is you would only talk about the kids. That's it. Only talk about the kids. If the conversation sort of drifts anywhere else, you either bring it back to the kids because that's what you're there to sort out, or you end the conversation. But apart from that, apart from the absolute necessities, you go no contact and you don't talk to her. Let her see what life is like without you. And because women sometimes, they make these emotional choices, sometimes they actually regret it later on. But you have to let her see what life is like without you. I know it's hard. But you got to do it. You got to let her see what life is like without you. And you can only do that by going no contact. You cannot do that by begging, pleading, sending text messages, calls. You can't do it like that. It's just not going to work. In my opinion, like, what you got to do, yeah, you just got to do that, man. You know, she dumps you, you walk away, and you carry on with your life. That's what you do. Now, it is natural to want something back that's ran away from you. That's natural, because, like, you know, it's just natural, because it feels like something's gone. You know, when you lose something, when you lose, like, I don't know, like your console game, or you lose, like, I don't know, something that is like in your house, you know, an item or something. I'm not saying women are items like that. I'm just saying, when you lose something, you know, you want to, like, find it. You know, I lost my watch, like, not too long ago. I wanted to find it. So when it's just human nature, if you lose something, you want to get it back. But at the end of the day, we're talking about a human being here, and you got to let her make her own choice. So if you can want her back, you know, if you want her back, you got to let her see what life is like without you. But I would suggest carrying on as if she's never going to come back. You can put a few feelers out there, show her that you're having a great time. You can do that. You can put a few feelers out there. So you carry on like she's never coming back, but you put a few feelers out. And what I mean by that is, things you should be doing anyway is communicating high value. So you're going out, you're taking pictures with, like, you know, attractive women. You're going out, you're, you know, having a great social life. You're trying to achieve your goals. All things you should be doing anyway. You know, though, that is, like, you know, you can put a few feelers out, you know, take a few pictures with some, you know, attractive women, or, you know, go out and have, like, or achieve your goals, and, you know, and put it in places where you know she's going to see it, but not too extreme. Then you know, you can communicate high value in that way, and, you know, she might come back. But I would highly suggest, but still don't assume, and I would highly suggest that you live your life assuming she's not going to come back, to avoid disappointment. So you can want her back, as I say, put a few feelers out, aka things you should be doing anyway. And, you know, if you're with a woman, you should be doing, you know, these things. Maybe apart from taking pictures with high value women, but all in all, I would highly suggest carrying on as if she's never going to come back. That's the way to do it. And if you don't want her back, it's pretty simple. You essentially just do what I said again. You know, it's actually all the same. It's all the same thing. She dumps you, you want her back. You carry on living your life and communicating high value. You don't want her back. You carry on living your life and communicating high value. You know, the only difference is, if you want her back, then you might want to consider putting the high value things that you're doing in places where you know she's going to see it, or could possibly see it. That's the only difference. If she comes back, and here's the good news, people, there is some good news in all of this. I've found that if you do go no contact, if you do your thing, and you do go on like she's not going to come back, most of the times they do. I want to say maybe at least 80% of women that have ended it with me have come back at some point. Some saying they effed up, some saying I regret it, some, like, they didn't come back asking for a relationship, but they were just checking in. Sometimes, you know, I wanted to give it another go, sometimes I didn't, but they do reach out. And a lot of the time it's because, you know, the new guy that they're dating, you know, isn't working out with him, or you know, at first it seemed that, you know, she wanted to see what life would be like without you. It wasn't as good as she thought. Maybe she was dating someone towards the end of your relationship, and you know, she thought that he was better, or the grass was greener, or the novelty. She'd been talking to you for a while. This guy would come in with the new jokes, the new charisma, and she wanted that flavor, and then she realized that actually, you know, it's not as nice. You know, when you buy some food in the supermarket, you've been buying the same flavor all day long for years, and then you see a new flavor, you put the old flavor down and you buy the new flavor. It tastes better at first, but then after a few weeks, actually, you know, it's not as good. I thought it was better, but it's not. It's just a novelty. So maybe she was exploring the novelty of the new guy, didn't work out. Now she wants to come back to you. You know, there's plenty of reasons, but most times women do come back in some shape or form. Very rarely has a woman ever like ended it with me and not come back in some shape or form. Rarely. So if you carry on living your life, she will be back at some point. The time varies. So for me, I've had a day all the way to months and everything in between. So just bear that in mind and just be patient. You know, the reasons that women dump you, you know, a lot of the time they'll give you good sounding excuses, and it'll make you, it will entice you to want to like chase it and pursue it and say, do you know what, like, let's give this another go. Why don't you want to give this another go then? Because she'll give you excuses that sound like you can win it back. So she'll say things maybe like, I just want to work on myself. Well, let me tell you something, right? If a woman says she wants to work on herself or find herself, when she dumps you, she's not going to start knitting hats, planting seeds, you know, going, you know, learning how to swim. You know what I'm saying? She's not going to start watching. She's not going to start watching gardening documentaries. She's most likely, if she's dumped you, because women, like, they don't like to be alone. If a woman's dumped you, she most likely has a new guy, either that she's, you know, gonna get with, or she's already, you know, she's got her eyes on him, most likely already seeing him. That's just the truth of the matter. Like, that's just how it goes. If a woman dumps you, she most likely has something else waiting. So I wouldn't, you know, start trying to win her back like that. So yeah, like, you know, if a woman dumps you and she says, I need to find herself, very unlikely she's going to start knitting hats and learning how to swim. If a woman dumps you, you know, and she says you know, she just wants a break, that's probably a polite way of saying, I don't want to see you no more, ever. So just chill. Just chill with it. Just tell her, no worries. You know, if you could, the most you could do is say to her, look, you know, I understand your decision. I would have liked to have worked this out. You know, if you want to talk, you know, the option is there. But that's the most I would do, and then she'll probably still say nah, and that's cool. That's it. You know, if a woman dumps you, it's no contact, 1000%, and you get on with your life, pretty much. Anyway, what do you think about what I spoke about in this video? Let me know. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Hit the notification bell to get a notification when I make a new video. If you appreciate my work and want to leave a donation, then there's a link for that in the description. With that, enjoy the rest of your day. See you on the next one.